Erling Haaland has joined us. You've just beaten his record, quite comfortably, I must say, by 13 games. We just worked it out, just over 1,000 goals between us in all competitions, which is not bad.
It's all right.
And I think you might take that to about 1,500 the way you're going.
Even before the season, there was not much speaking about me. And I loved it. It's so nice. I was like, okay, let's go. Let's have it. The biggest compliment is when people say, another tap-in.
Yeah.
I am a bit old school because of my father. You never see me playing with gloves. It's because my father... You need to be at the perfect readiness at all times, because when you expect it the least, that's when you normally get the chance. I could have scored many more. Look at all the chances I missed. I had two in the post against Fulham. Yeah. If I was maybe a bit more focused while finishing, I'd get a hat-trick. That's a reality, but I didn't.
Did you speak to Pep before you came? Did he call you? Or he did?
He said the only thing I can come with is amazing football and you scoring a lot of goals.
When Pep's taking you off when you're on 2 goals, that would seriously fucking annoy me. Tell me the truth, what you're feeling.
Let's be honest, when I scored 5 goals against Leipzig, of course I wanted to score 6. Alfie, my father, his biggest dream was me becoming a professional golfer.
You're such a disappointment.
So I remember every day before going to bed, my wish was I want to be the best footballer in the world.
Hello and welcome to The Rest is Football with Alan Shearer and me, Gary Lineker, and we're joined by a very, very special guest. We've come up to Manchester, to the training ground at Manchester City, because, well, a bit of history's happened in the last few days. Erling Haaland has joined us. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for doing this. You've just beaten his record. And there's a ball here, actually, that I don't know whether you've seen it yet. I don't think you noticed it when you walk in.
I saw some.
I think you're going to be presented that in the game.
Have you actually seen it? Do you
know?
No, you've got all the numbers of each goal, and there's a little
drawing on each one.
On each one, every goal. Very nice, very clever.
Yeah, it's nice that.
It's
good
pretty
touch,
cool.
Yeah.
So how was it to know that you've beaten his record quite comfortably, I must say, by 13 games?
Yeah, so obviously I knew for time that the 100 goals was possible to break. I'll be honest to say that. But again, I didn't think too much about the record, which I don't do. I've said it many times. I know one record. That's the all-time.
So 260 goals. Yeah.
Yeah. But the rest, I don't know. And when it happens, it's amazing. Like with the Fulham game, it's a piece of history, if you want to say, and of course it's a huge thing in the end to be able to see, first of all, a list with the many great players and also to beat them as well.
Thank you.
Yeah. Alice, you've taken it well.
Yeah, I mean, it was going to happen. It was just a matter of when. I kept on looking at. Well, he hasn't scored. It was 2 games that you hadn't scored for in the league
in Premier League.
Big goal drought.
But it was always going to happen, and I'm delighted for you. You deserve it because you just made it look so easy. It's not. You're playing in the best league against some of the best defenders. You've been here 3.5 years now.
Yeah.
Honestly, how have you found it? Because you make it look stupidly easy. And it's not, is it?
No, it's not. It's hard. It's really hard. I've said it before. Since coming from Germany, it's different. It's more physical. I think.
Is it more physical than the German league? Because the German's kind of end-to-end football, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
but
quite
it's
a bit more open.
It's more the duels and it's more the contact. You know, it's just like even playing against Fulham. It's a top team. Look at the game. It's 5-4 in the end. It's incredible. You know, and you play against Bassi, which is how strong is he?
Yeah.
You know, and Anderson is huge. So every game is kind of course, its own game and everything. You have your plan and everything, but in the end, the physicality is intense and it's difficult. You know, because there's so many games, and you have the Champions League, you have the cups and everything. So that also makes you need to work even more on the recovery side and be ready for the next game. Because look, now we played Fulham, and then Sunderland comes straight ahead. And Sunderland, how good have they been this season? You know.
This episode of The Rest is Football is powered by our new presenting partners, Fuse Energy. We're thrilled to welcome them to the team, especially outside the regular transfer window.
A new signing providing power and energy. That sounds like a bit of me back in the day, Gaz.
And reliable too, not one of those fair weather players who go missing in December.
Fuse will be powering The Rest is Football right through the season. They're one of the UK's fastest growing energy suppliers, building solar farms and helping homes make smarter choices. Power that performs throughout the season.
Fuse. Keep everything running, lights on, meters smart, cars charged. A full squad you can count on.
And when you sign up for their fixed rates, your energy prices hold their shape, even as the nights turn colder and the title race heats up.
The season is long, but with Fuse, the energy never drops. For more information about energy that hits the top corner every time, head to fuseenergy.com/football. And if you fancy getting involved, sign up with the code FOOTBALL for the chance to get a shout out on the pod and throw your own question at us next time.
But you love a physical battle, though, don't you? I mean, when you talk about the size of defenders, they must look at you and think, look at the size of him. You must love that side of things.
Yeah, it's nice, and I am a bit old school in a lot of things because of my father. You know, I've also been looking at the Premier League ever since as long as I can remember. You know, so I like the old school kind of, you know, the charming thing of running, tackling, all these kind of things is a nice thing. And also, like, you never see me with playing with gloves. It's because my father would hit me if I did, you know.
Yeah,
so I'm a bit old school as well. So that's why I like it as well.
Yeah. Is it one of the reasons that you chose Manchester City? I mean, obviously at the time you were scoring all sorts of goals at Dortmund. You everybody wanted you. Why did you want to come to A, the Premier League, and B, Manchester City?
Because in Norway, it's the league we watch. Everyone in Norway's got a team. You know, there's so many Newcastle supporters because it's especially in my hometown, because it's under 1 hour flight to Newcastle. It's really close. You know, so it's always been that. You know, there's so many Leeds fans.
Why didn't you go to Newcastle?
No, that was just about to ask that question myself.
You know, so many Premier League fans in Norway, including myself, and also when my father played in Premier League, you kind of get dragged a bit into it, don't you? I think, and in the end, when this opportunity came with Pep, and of course trying to be a part of the history when I signed was, I don't know the name, intriguing, if this is the right thing to say. And yeah, in the end, it worked out, which I knew it was gonna be, and yeah, it's been amazing so far.
Yeah, because I would say that you buck the trend, really, because most of the superstars of world football, and I'd definitely put you in that category, they go to Real Madrid or they go to Barcelona, don't they? And they still do. Perhaps the first one that didn't was maybe Paul Pogba, you could say, at that particular point in his career. But I think you were the first, like, general superstar that all the clubs want that came to an English club.
Yeah, and I think timing is really important. You know, with coming into City, they needed a striker, and all of this was also something that triggered me. You know, Pep's been playing a little bit without a striker, and he loves to keep the ball. So then I was thinking, like, imagine me coming in and Ederson just like a few goals, Ederson just banging the ball in behind, and me running, scoring. You know, is also kind of a thing that triggered me a little bit to kind of break up the game a bit, and also show Pep's side that he can also be direct, not only passing the ball, you know. Did
you speak to Pep before you came? Was there a chat among? Did he call you? Or he did?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Was he quite persuasive?
He said the only thing I can come with is amazing football and you scoring a lot of goals. So that was it was a nice conversation. And
you know, you just mentioned there before about Pep and the passing. When I spoke to you about 3 years ago, I was like, well, throw your weight around, get them to put the ball in early. I think I've noticed a shift in them doing that more this season for you. Is that me seeing things, or is that something that you've spoken about and it's really happening?
I think also it's maybe we haven't got the ball as much as previous seasons, maybe. And I think that's a good thing. Like, look at, for example, the goal against, of course, Bournemouth, but Arsenal away.
Yeah.
We haven't got the ball, we win it, and it's a lot of space, which is a good thing for me, to run into the space. And yeah, it's a bit of different, we change style, and of course depends on who you play. Some teams just comes to the Etihad and try to park the bus for 90 minutes, and other come to try to play like Bournemouth, and then there's a different kind of game and you can score different kind of goals. So it really depends on who you're meeting. But yeah, it's a little bit different, isn't it? I think in also the way I've been scoring some of the goals as well.
There's a slight shift all over the Premier League, isn't it? It's gone back a little bit to more directors, and then we're seeing a lot more throw-ins and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's gone full cycle.
Yeah, I mean, and also I like it. You think of Stoke City when you think of the long throws with Rory Delap throwing them in. I remember this as well. It was incredible, and now you see it happening again. I don't think a few years ago you'd think of the first place in Premier League doing long throws with a £100 million player. So you never know what's going to happen.
I want to talk a little bit, well, a lot actually, about the art of goal scoring. I mean, there's three of us here. We've scored a few between us. We just worked it out, just over 1,000 goals between us in all competitions, which is not bad.
It's all right.
And I think you might take that to about 1,500 the way that you're going.
Yeah.
So I just want to talk a little bit about the art of goal scoring and how it's changed from Alan's era and my era to how it is now. I don't think it's changed a lot. But first, the goal scorer's mentality. Because Alan and myself, we talked a lot about the desire, the passion, the absolute will to score. I presume that you're like that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I love scoring goals. And the biggest compliment I feel I'm getting is when people say, another tap-in. Another easy goal, because the easiest goals is the best, because what's the most difficult thing is to score goals. And when you can do it in an easy way, this is even better. If you could be in the perfect place all the time, scoring easy goals, that's a good thing. And most of goals get scored inside the box, but also inside the 5 meters. So you need to position yourself perfectly, and that's also really difficult.
We don't get much time to train, but how do you work on your goal scoring? Is it an irregular thing? How does that work with you?
I think for me, the thing that works the most is to be clear in your mind. I think all the time, and this is not a practice thing, this is more preparation. But coming into every game, no matter what happened in your life, no matter what will happen, you still need to be ready when you get that chance. And if you drop a few percentages, it might not be enough, so you need to be at the perfect kind of readiness in your mind and in your body at all times, because when you expect it the least, that's when you normally get the chance. And when you get the chance, sometimes you only get one chance. And now there's so many games, so you haven't got time to think of the chance. But if you play once a week and you get one chance and you were not fully focused on that chance, that's going to bother you in your brain for 1 week, So it's about being, for me, and it's difficult to explain, but it's about being fully ready for that one chance. Like the goal against Fulham.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
No.
I didn't expect Jeremy to cross it like that, but it came perfectly, and I hit perfectly on the bounce, right over the head of the keeper, and it was enough.
Yeah. How do you feel when you score a goal early? And we were talking about this just before you came in, because you score a goal early in the game, like against Fulham, and then there's loads of goals in the game, and then at the end of the match you haven't got another one. Does that leave you? I mean, I said to Alan, I can't remember many games where I walked off the pitch really happy, even if I'd scored. If you scored 2 in the first hour, you're still disappointed because you didn't get the third. Do you have that same kind of mentality?
Of course, I want to score more goals.
Yeah.
And I had 2 in the post against Fulham.
Yeah.
So if I was maybe a bit more sharp, I don't want to say lucky, but a bit more focused while finishing, I'd get a hat-trick. That's the reality, but I didn't. But I got 1 goal, I got the 100, but I should have had more in that game. Simple as that, you know.
And that's what you think about afterwards. Are you all right? You scored 100, but you're thinking I should have 100 and 102.
Yeah. I think it's normal in our brains to think like that, and even both the post shots pissed me off a little bit.
I'm totally with you.
Yeah. So tell me about. I mean, we can swear because it's our podcast, but. When Pep's taking you off when you're on 2 goals, that would seriously fucking annoy me. Tell me the truth, what you're feeling.
I've seen you say something about that before. I've been reading that.
Be honest with us.
Depends a little bit how my body is. If I'm really tired or if I have some problems, then maybe me and him and the physios are the only ones to know about. It's good, but. Let's be honest, when I scored 5 goals against Leipzig, of course I wanted to score 6. Let's be honest. But again, the guy that comes in for me, I think would be really disrespectful if I would come out and be pissed off for him coming in and getting the opportunity to do something or to play. You know, so I think that's the last thing I would be, is to show anyone that I'm pissed off for getting substituted.
And it's different now, isn't it? I mean, we had really. You'd have loved it in our day. You never went off. You play 90 minutes every single game, so you'd have loved it. But the big squads now, and the amount of games, and there's so many more European fixtures than there used to be. So I guess you have to be sensible.
Yeah, and look how many games I already played, and how many games there is left. Look at the schedule. If you look at the schedule, it's incredible. And World Cup is coming up as well, so
and congratulations on qualifying.
Thank you. It's still another 7-month season, and we're in December. You know, so it's long season. So again, you need to kind of think a bit different because you can't play every game now. It's impossible. 80 games potentially. It's just how it is. You know. You
talked about earlier, didn't we, about the desire to score goals, and you talked about the fact that. Sometimes people just say you just get tap-ins, right? So does that annoy you a little bit when people say, well, he didn't do anything all game. He didn't really touch the ball at all. And then he scores a tap-in. It used to irritate me because I think a lot of people, they miss how many runs you make. You know, you run there, the ball doesn't come, the ball doesn't come. Does it irritate you a little bit, the way people go, oh yeah, but he just gets tap-ins and he didn't do anything else?
I like when people say these kind of things, because it doesn't trigger me, but it's more like when people are speaking about you. First of all, it's a good thing. If no one is speaking about you, it's not a good thing as a footballer. So even before the season, there were not much speaking about me, and I loved it. So nice. I was like, okay, let's go. Let's have it. You know, no one was speaking about me. Everyone only about the new signings and all of this. And then, the season started, and look how it's going. You know, so no, it doesn't bother me. I'm more like, I'm just doing my job. You know.
So you do listen to it, then? You do listen to the noise outside, whether it's good or bad.
Of course, I'm a human being, so you kind of get it with you in some way. But again, like, I'm really like this about the TV channels I put on, because I shouldn't be listening to, I think, Sky Sports all day. I don't think it's a good thing listening to all the opinions, because I kind of know myself what I should do and what I'm doing. But of course, you get it with you, you know. It's just how it is, and how quiet it was in the pre-season this season.
Yeah. And that followed it's a season of, you still scored a lot of goals, but it wasn't quite the season that everyone expected for Manchester City last season. Why do you think that was? There were quite a lot of injuries. Do you think that was the main reason, or?
It's injuries, first of all. Look at one time at our defence. I don't want to blame injuries, and I'm not doing it. I'm just saying it was a part of it. And I think it's just so difficult to maintain and to keep it up after winning. There is something psychologically, if you haven't won it for 25 years, contra if you've been winning it for the last 4 years, for example. I think it's just in our human nature to have a different kind of mentality of it. And it's so difficult to maintain and to keep it up after doing something great, even though there's nothing better.
4 straight years.
When we win the treble to be able to win 4 in a row, this was incredible. You know, I think this was amazing, and it will be spoken about for the next 100 years because I don't think anyone will do it.
Do you feel like it's coming back to where you were, or do you still think there's a bit of a way to go?
I think it's a way. There's been so many changes, and that kind of generation that dominated the last 10 years are kind of, you know, many have been leaving. Even like Kevin, he was here for 10 years. Edison, in the playing style, he was so important. So it takes time when you have the changes and all of this. And but again, when you get bought in from Manchester City, there's a reason for it, because you're good enough, and the club sees something in you that you should get out in the games and to prove to anyone.
Do you map your future out? Do you look at every single season? Because when we were playing, I think, am I right in saying that if you said to yourself before season started, I get to 20 goals, that was the barometer to get to, wasn't it? 20 goals. Do you have is there anything mentality-wise?
40.
Yeah, I was just about to ask that. Yeah, is there anything mentality-wise that you think I need to get to a number?
So when I came to City, what would be a good season for me? What would you think you'd say?
20.
If I got 20, you'd say it's an okay season.
No,
you
we
said
would.
a good season. I didn't say a great season.
If you City winning the league and me scoring 25 goals, I think it would be a good season. 30 goals, it would be a really good season. 35 goals, amazing season, no? And 36, really good.
Yeah.
The funniest thing is, or not the funniest, like, not the weirdest either, it's difficult to put words on it. I could have scored many more. Look at all the chances I missed. Yeah. Even this season, I could have had many more goals.
But to score a lot of goals, you have to miss them as well.
Exactly.
Because nobody's
perfect. But again, though, we try to get there. And even now, I'm on Premier League 15 goals, which is really good.
Before
so
Christmas,
far.
yeah.
It's
not
really
bad.
good. But again, there's so many things that can happen, and I'm not putting any targets because there's so many things that can happen. So that's why I'm trying to take game by game. And if you can take game by game, and of course you want to win every game, help the team, because it's a team sport, of course. But again, as I said before, I'm the striker of City. I have to score goals. If not, they have to replace me. Because if I'm not delivering the goals and the things they need, they have to replace me. So there is a lot of pressure on me to deliver, you know, and to do the job.
It doesn't happen very often, but when you don't score, does it keep you up at night?
Depends a little bit, but normally not, because there's another game in a few days, and you can kind of reset. And if we don't win a game, thank God it's a game in 3 days and not a week, because then you'd sit and you'd be like, you know. So now it's more like trying to focus on next game, but depends on. Or you remember the Manchester United game when we won 4 in a row? When you missed from 1 meter, I can just head it in, and I try to do this. If I didn't score in the last minutes, it'd keep me up.
Yeah, that would hurt a little bit. That would have hurt a little bit.
It would.
This Christmas, we're partnering with Tesco. For footballers, Christmas Day isn't time off, it's part of the job. Which got us thinking, can footballers ever really enjoy Christmas when they're playing on Boxing Day?
Well, the ones that can control themselves, Gary, and have a little bit rather than a lot, unlike some people on here.
What, pigs in blankets?
Tesco's pigs in blankets.
Tesco's finest. Let's get it right, guys.
How many can you do you think, Micah?
What, in a half an hour?
Are we talking about in one seating?
Yeah,
are we
one
talking
seating,
about all
one
day?
hit.
One seating?
One hit.
At least 75.
And I presume also you'll still consume the turkey and the roast potatoes alongside that as well.
Of course.
I can imagine you not having many good games on Boxing Day, Micah.
I mean, you enjoy Christmas, I think, because, you hate Christmas anyway, Mike, but we won't go into depth on that. But I think Christmas is really about family, and particularly when the kids are little and you're having so much fun. So I don't know about you, Alan, but since I finished actually playing football, when I play football, I mean, like you say, you can have a little, a glass of wine or two, but you've got to know when to stop because you got a game the other day. I suspect, and I know I've played with players that didn't know when to stop and have come in a right state on Boxing Day. So I think you've got to be a little bit disciplined. Whereas working in TV like we do now, and I've done a million Boxing Day shows. In fact, this Boxing Day, I genuinely think, because I never missed it through injury when I played. I think this will be the first Christmas where I won't work on Boxing Day since I was a child.
Wow. I think I'm joining you there. I think I'm the same, guys, because there's no match of the day this year on Boxing Day because there's only one game. And I always used to enjoy doing Boxing Day. So there's a match of the day on the 27th. So I'm the same as you about playing and then working on Boxing Day. But different managers did it differently throughout my career. Some made you train on Christmas Day morning. Some didn't. So some left it to yourself. You can go and basically do what you want, but they trusted you to have the Christmas meal. And then wherever your game was on Boxing Day, they trusted you to meet up on Boxing Day and do what you basically wanted on Christmas Day.
Now, were you as a player, Micah? Did you
Couldn't care less. I
Couldn't
didn't care.
Yeah. As long as you had loads of food.
The pigs and blankets, that's all I looked for. That was it. There's nothing else to it for me. Like you said, I don't like Christmas. I don't like people at my house. I just love the food.
Do you know what I like? What I really look forward to in Christmas, and I do it every year, I cook for everyone. And it's part of the fun. You go to town, you cook loads of stuff. And Micah, if you came around any Christmas, I would put a whole table aside of pigs in blankets, as well as everything else.
I'm not sure that would be enough for him.
Produce is very, very important. And you've got to get the stuff. And as we know, there's great stuff at Tesco's. So maybe the perfect Christmas doesn't exist. It's just the one that feels like yours. A bit of football, plenty of food and family. That's the winning Christmas lineup. Shop Tesco food this Christmas, either in-store or online. This episode is brought to you by Hotels.com. Make your next trip work for you. Hotels.com just rolled out a game-changing feature called Save Your Way, and it's as simple as it sounds. When you book a trip as a Hotels.com member, you decide how to use your savings. Choose to take the instant savings now or bank the savings as rewards for later. It's your call. Envision converting discounts on this week's stay into rewards for a luxurious beach getaway next year. No complicated math, no blackout dates, just you choosing how to make your travels work harder for you. Only at Hotels.com. Save Your Way is available to loyalty members in the US and UK on hotels with member prices. Other terms apply. See site for details. Do you think about the art of scoring goals? Alan talked about how do you practice, but do you think a lot about how to get into spaces, how to score, or does it just happen?
Yeah, I think of it, but again, not so much because you're like, I remember I said it about Kevin. When Kevin has the ball, I do this.
Yeah.
So you kind of need to think of who you're playing with and all of this and who you're playing against because every team is different and everything. But yeah, you think of it, but you kind of, it's a bit different because again, there's so many games, you can't really be too much into it. So you just need to kind of do your own thing as well because in the end, there's a reason why you're doing what you're doing. And for me, for example, I'm scoring the goals because of what I'm doing. So when Jeremy has the ball, I need to be ready for example, that pass because I've been scoring a few goals from that pass this season,
I saw the statistic recently has been doing the rounds about the number of times you've been caught offside.
I got it now. Bad pass from Tijani.
You were offside.
I got offside first time in a away game in 2 years.
First time in a away game in 2 years. I mean, that's
incredible.
That's quite incredible. Especially now, with some teams that play a high line, and your eyes light up probably when teams play a high line. I don't know if you've seen Barcelona's this season, but I think you might quite enjoy playing against them. But we'll have to wait and see. But that is quite remarkable, really. I suppose when you're as quick as you are as well, you don't need to take too much of a risk because you can still spin behind and get.
I mean, this is the way I've been playing all my life since I was 13. I was striker, and we started on the big pitch, doing these curved runs and all of this. And I remember when VAR came, or it was talks about it. I remember Alfie, my father, said, "This is going to be perfect for you, because then you get the decision. Simple as that, with the offside, because I'm not going often in offside, and it's all about timing." As everything in life, it's all about timing with whatever you do. It's about the timing from the pass, and if the pass is, if he waits a bit too long, I will be in offside. So I need to kind of be ready, but kind of wait in my run, because the worst thing I know is going in offside, because then you've got no chance of scoring a goal. But if you're onside but a bit further away, you still got a chance. So the worst thing for me is going in offside.
Because you used to go offside deliberately, didn't you?
I against teams playing a high line, Arsenal in particular, and if we're playing at home, it wouldn't work now because of VAR. But when we played at home, I would deliberately be offside 2 or 3 times in the first 5-10 minutes. So the defenders think they've got you. They think, we've got him all the time. And the linesman's flag is going up, right? As it used to be a linesman in those days, not a referee's assistant. Yeah. The referee's assistant's flag's going up, and the crowd get on him every time. No. And then you try and time one, do the curvy run and all sorts. But that was pre-VAR. Now you do it just to make, you might get they might be a little bit kind of relaxed, and B, the linesman might be a bit nervous about putting his flag up again. Yeah. So that's why I used to do that. I did that particularly against Arsenal, because they used to run out with their hands up in the air.
I didn't think of that, actually. That's interesting
thought. But it does work. Particularly, I would say, would do that if you were playing against Barcelona's high line, which is a bit crazy. So
away from football, do you sit and watch football? So if you play Saturday, do you watch football all Sunday and a Monday night, or do you study it? Do you?
Yeah, I'm a football fan, so I watch all kinds of football. Actually, yesterday we were eating dinner, and I checked if there were any games. Man United, West Ham is playing. Let's put it on. My missus said, "I'm so sick of football." We watch it all the time, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's the reason why we are sitting here." Yeah. And then we watched it, obviously.
Can I ask what you were eating? Because you've got quite the diet.
No, that's also a part of the recovery thing, to eat well, and also like good habits and all of these kind of things. Like even my father, he's like, you should have seen when we played. The difference going up to the play lounge, having a few beers after the game, and meeting up on the local pub later on, which was a normal thing. How much these things have changed as well now, because there's so many games and you take more care. There's more money in the business and all of this, and it's also like, that's also a bit of the charm when he speaks about the old days of how it was, But also, like, a part of me was like, I wish I was playing in this time as well, because it's also nice, and you also miss a bit of these things sometimes, This VAR and all of this, it's nice. We need it, and there's nutritionists, there's dirty media people in the club, all these kind of things. Before it was training, a game, 2 days off, coming back. Simple.
Will you have a beer? Or you have a glass of wine?
No, not in the season. I had it after we qualified for the World Cup. I had, but I normally don't drink in season.
Just raw milk,
Only milk,
Join your YouTube channel. Give your YouTube mention while you're on it. Give it a plug for you.
Yeah, I think
it's quite popular.
Yeah, no, I think people are curious, first of all, of my life and all this. I get that. I'd be the same. I remember, I didn't think of this, but I thought of it, and that's also a bit of the reason why I started, because when I was younger, I'm still young, I remember always looking at things, following these people and looking what they're doing and all of these kind of things in different situations. And when it was like a day in a life in someone footballer's life, I was like, that would be amazing to see how they live and what they do. And then I was thinking like this, imagine how many wants to see what I'm doing and how my life is. So I was thinking, why not? Let's do it and we'll see how it is. And it's going well, and also I can show a different side of me because we know how it is with interviews after the game. Great game, good opposition, all these kind of things, the boring English school answers, so it's important to show yourself a bit different as well, I think, because we're also human beings, we're also normal, we do normal things. It's just when people see us on the screen, you kind of forget it a little bit when you see us on the pitch.
You mentioned your dad. Obviously, he was a professional footballer, a very good one. So what was that like, having a dad that was a player? Has that been a help, or has it added pressure in some ways, or a bit of both?
It's actually funny because his biggest dream was me becoming a professional golfer. That was his biggest dream.
Oh, really? You've let him down.
So
you're such a disappointment.
So when I was 10, he forced me to start on golf. So I played golf every week from I was 10 to 13. I went on golf, handball, football, and also what's the running called?
Running.
Yeah, but like
long distance or marathons or
what's it called with loads of different things? My mother did it. Athletics.
All athletics.
Jumping and running.
Decathlon.
These kind of things. Yeah. What you do in Olympics. So I went on that with my mother, and then I went on handball, football, and then he forced me to start on golf. Yeah. So I've been.
Are you any good at golf?
I'm practicing now. It will come out soon, a good golf episode, hopefully.
We'll look forward to that one.
But I want to become good. One day I want to become better than my father. But no, what was the question?
The question was about what's it like having a dad
that was
played professional football.
Let's
take it forward after the golf, when you did start to go, he must have gone, actually, he's bloody good. And then, is it a help, or does it add pressure? Or
So I did this with my mother because she was good in this, and I never had any pressure from my father. But you kind of felt when I found out he was a former Premier League player and national team player, you kind of feel the pressure a bit already. But again, I was the youngest of us three. My sister, bigger sister, and my bigger brother. So I think the pressure was more my big brother, because he was the first one, and he was also good in football. He got injuries and all of this, like everyone that doesn't make it. But but he had a few injuries and this, and then he decided not to go all in. But the pressure I felt more of myself. But I think also because I wanted so badly to become it. I remember every day before going to bed or seeing I've seen a few, like, the star thing when you can wish yourself something. These stupid kind of things, walking under the train when the train drives by. My wish was, I want to be the best footballer in the world, and this has always been driving me since I was young, and I've been putting the pressure on myself. My father or my mother never pushed me on anything. I wanted to quit handball, okay, no problem, but football was the thing I wanted to do, and in the end, it was a good choice. Yeah,
you must have made him very proud, though. I saw him at the Fulham game. They cut, after you scored the 100th goal, they cut a shot of your dad, and you could see he must be immensely proud. I hope he tells you that.
No, of course he's proud of what I've been doing, and I think also qualifying for the World Cup also was a big thing, because for Norway, and it's a bit different with the country and all of this, and also
28 years.
28 years, so yeah, of course they are proud, and that's what I try to do. I try to make them proud, and also include them in my life, because not include in my life because they are, but more in the football life, because it's a special life, and it's also a life that will last for another 10 years, and then it's history, so it's also
we know.
So it's also important to also enjoy these moments together as well.
You've signed a really long contract, so you must be incredibly happy and confident that this place is going to continue to grow and get better, and all of the things that go with it.
Yeah, exactly. And also that's the reason also why I signed it, because of the conversations I had with the bosses, and also the plan in the next years, and that was something I wanted to be a part of. And yeah, I'm calm, I'm focused, and I'm really happy here. So it's a really good place to be for development, and also in the end, England, it's a football country, and I think it's the best place to play.
When you
play
signed
football.
that long contract, did you have a discussion with Pep about what his plans would be in the future? That perhaps will you still be there for? Are you thinking about staying for a long time? I know managers don't always control that, but I think he probably does.
Yeah, I mean, he signed a new contract. Was it before or after me? I'm not sure, but I knew he was staying for another year or another year and a half, which his contract is now. But most of the conversations were with his bosses and my boss as well, because I remember my father said when I was really not young, but like 10 years ago, he said like, never go to a club because of the manager, which sometimes can be difficult, but also you never know what's going to happen in
Good advice.
modern world. But again, Pep was a big reason why I came to City, of course, to work with him and to be able to experience him and his special ways and his hard work and all of these things. So it's kind of a mix there.
What's he like to work for? I mean, he seems incredibly intense.
Yeah,
I mean, we
he
saw
is.
him having conversations with you at the end of the game sometimes. And
Yeah.
what is he? How would you describe him?
Yeah, intense, first of
Demanding?
all. But for me, the people speak about genius, all these kind of things. I think he is. He's kind of a genius. But for me, the thing that surprised me, or not only surprised, but his hard work. He works harder than everyone. He's the hardest working in the club.
Wow.
He's the first one to come, the last one to leave. And I think that also is what's been taking him so far, because of his hard work every single day, his dedication, his motivation, and also his intense way of seeing football and working with football. I think that's the main things. But for me, the one thing, the hard work he puts in every single day.
Before we finish, and you've been very generous with your time, thank you, Erling.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about Norway going into a World Cup. What does that? I can see already you've got a smile on your face. I mean, it is 28 years since they last qualified, 1998, and you won every single game. You saw off Italy; they've gone into the playoffs. I mean, it's a big moment for you and the country, won't it?
Yeah, and big pressure as well. I've been feeling the pressure for so long,
Yeah.
and I always thought of putting me out of the box. If I were Norwegian, thinking of this team and having Haaland in front, I'd put the pressure on the team as well.
Is there ever a fear in your mind that, my God, I might never play in a World Cup because it's so long since you qualified for?
Yeah, it is,
Yeah.
because it is difficult. It is difficult to qualify, and especially the more years that goes, you're more like, what's wrong, kind of. And thinking of the last time we were in the World Cup, my father played. It's like kind of, it's a bit weird. I wasn't even born, you know, and I lived throughout the whole my whole life without us qualifying. So that's also kind of motivation. And when I looked at the team before we started, we had Italy, obviously, which is a big nation,
Yep.
you know. And we kind of knew that, okay, we have the playoff, but the playoff games are difficult. So let's do everything we can. And if we're doing well, keep going. Which, for example, the Moldova game, when I scored 5 goals, 2 assists.
You just happened to bring that up.
Not that he's counting.
Who can assist? When did that become a thing?
You know, in this game, if you see the look in our eyes after we score a goal, we're like, because we knew it might be of the
Goal difference.
And it was, if we obviously lost, we went to Italy knowing, okay, if we lose 8-0, we'd be qualified, which is actually really weird to kind of think before a game, because you kind of get like, how should you attack this game? Should you just like try to do this, or should you do that? But if you see the hunger in our eyes against Moldova, you kind of, that's when I really felt like, okay, we are there. We're gonna make it. You know, that's when I felt it, like, okay.
And you love that pressure, because, I mean, you could say it with the City team, really, without you in the national team then. But you must enjoy that and thrive on that, do you? Everyone's looking at you. You have to do the business. Otherwise, you don't go, you don't get anywhere, and you don't win. Basically, you must enjoy
Yeah,
that.
no, I like the pressure, and I also think I'm good at kind of, I'm here, but just going beside myself and kind of look myself here and really like remind myself that, okay, you're actually playing for City in the Premier League. Pressure is one thing, but again, the opportunity I have of being able to, for example, do something against Fulham to score 100 goals quick as ever is actually more of a, it's not pressure, it's more like motivation kind of thing to be able to do these things. And that's also, I'm so grateful of being able to do this, and I'm living the dream of so many young people are doing. Playing football for City in the Premier League is a
Well,
it's
we
a
wish
big
you
dream,
we
you know?
wish you all the very best with both Manchester City
Yeah.
and Norway.
Thank
Little
you.
World Cup golden boot would be quite nice.
We're just congratulating him on all these goals he scored tomorrow against Sunderland. By the time this comes out, well done.
Yeah, we're doing this on
I'll do
Friday.
my
So I'm captained you in my fantasy team again, so you better.
You're not alone.
I know we're definitely not alone. Erling, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for your
Thank you,
time.
guys. Brilliant.
Thank
Absolute
you.
pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it for this episode. The rest is football. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye.